So the thing with Topaz is that you really want to have follow-up characters in your team that do follow-up attacks, because that's mostly her kit. Now, that's the one reason that you're gonna be that you should be thinking if you really are gonna be using Topaz to its full content. You need to be sure that you have follow-up attack units in your account. So, for example, Clara is a very good example. She has a follow-up, considered follow-up attack. Now, Moss has two. It's his talent and his ultimate. Both count as follow-up attack. Dr. Rachel, his talent also count as. John Lee, it's her ultimate. Jade, Herta, Kafka, March 7 also has a follow-up attack. Sueji, also her talent is a follow-up attack, which is the reason that we have her in this team right now, alongside Himeko. So another characters that have follow-up attacks are Yanking, Jin Juan, Aventuring, Blade, Facial, Himeko, like we say right now. That will be all. So if you have most of these characters, you're gonna be having a lot of amazing things to do with Topaz, because she really needs all the support that she can get. Mostly because her damage isn't that good. She doesn't go for AoE damage, and you need a lot of follow-up teams to carry on with her. So now we're gonna be seeing a little bit of her skills to see if it's really helpful for you. Now, before going to mostly see her traces and the best thing that we can build our Topaz, I want to talk a little bit about more of the pros. Now, as we said before, if you don't have a lot of follow-up attack characters, you're gonna be having a lot of hard time seeing Topaz as a worth unit, because as we said, she doesn't have AoE damage. That's one, and one, her personal damage output is not gonna be a lot good, a lot of helpful if you don't have the correct supports. Now, her best character you can pair her with are gonna be Robin. Robin is gonna be amazing with Topaz because she's gonna be making her a main DPS. It's gonna be amazing. Another character that you are gonna be able to pair her with is gonna be Dr. Ratio. And Clara, and as healing is gonna be Popo. She's gonna be one of the best healers to pair her with Topaz. But now, what are some of the good things about Topaz? Well, we can discuss that. It's not all that bad, actually. Now, the good thing about Topaz is that she's gonna be, if you have the follow-up attack team that you need, she's gonna be amazing in it. For example, right now we are trying her in Doomsday Beast. She is the main DPS, and she is carrying a lot of this team with help of Himeko and Herta, which both of them have amazing synergy with Topaz due to follow-up attacks. Now, the Topaz multipliers are very good. She has a huge amount of toughness damage, which is a little bit more of the endgame stat that you should be focusing on. She's very SP flexible. She's very efficient. She's gonna be consuming a lot of SP. And finally, I mean, Nambi. How can we ignore Nambi? So yeah, Topaz is very good. She's gonna be a little bit of niche. A very niche unit, mostly because you are gonna need to have a lot of the characters from follow-up attacks. If you don't have this, you really shouldn't be spending money to get her, because you're gonna have her, you're gonna have Topaz, but you're not gonna be able to use her correctly. It's gonna always be lacking, and mostly actually if you really lack a lot of the units, you are better must be pulling for another characters like Lisha or others. So now that we check this out, let's see her traces. Now I'm gonna be very honest with you guys. I really wanted to get Topaz when she came into the game, but I lost in the 50-50. I don't remember which unit I got, but right now I'm gonna be pulling for Topaz. I'm gonna be trying to pull for Linsha, or if I don't like Linsha's kit, I'm just gonna be not be pulling this month. But let's see her traces. Let's see how we can mostly build her up. So her traces. Let's start here. Overdraft. When Topaz uses basic attack to deal damage, it will consider as a follow-up attack. This is the main reason for her kit, follow-up attack. If you do one, you're gonna be another one and another one and another one. So amazing. This focus is very good on Topaz. Explicit subsidy. Summons Nombi to tag along in a map. This is very good. Nombi will automatically search for basic treasures and treasures nearby. Using technique will generate energy for Topaz after Nombi's first attack. Using technique will generate energies for Topaz after Nombi's first attack in the next battle. Next bonus ability, Financial Turmoil. Increases Topaz and Nombi's damage dealt to enemies target with fire weakness by 15%. So we also be inflicting with increases dealt to with okay, we don't inflict the fire weakness, so we will need another character to inflict this, but it's 50% more damage, so that's good. Now ultimate, let's deactivate this. Okay, Nombi enters the Windfall Bonanza state and his damage multiplier increases by 70%, 75%, and crit damage increases by 12%. This can also go up. Also, when enemies with proof of death are hit by an ally's basic attack, skill, or ultimate, Nombi's action is advanced forward by 15%. Very good. We have multiplier damage, we have crit damage increase. Keep in mind, since she isn't dot damage, you want to focus on crit rate and crit damage mostly, so that's very good. Now, difficulty paying. Inflicts a single target enemy with approved death status. Watch. Increasing the follow-up attack damage. It receives by 25%. So Topaz works as a pillar, as a main entity for all follow-up attacks. It's the similar thing with SAMPO, for example. You can pair SAMPO with Kafka and you're gonna be increasing the amount of damage that the enemies receive by damage over time thanks to SAMPO, and Kafka is gonna be the main damage dealer now that SAMPO used his ultimate skill. Now this is the same. You want Topaz to inflict the proof of death status, so all the follow-up attacks increases its damage by 25%. So yeah, it's amazing support for this kind of characters. Only takes most resistant damage it applies to. If there are no enemies inflicted with or in the field, we inflict a random enemy with proof of death. Nombi deals fire damage equal to 70%, 75%. Uses skill to deal damage considers as launching a follow-up attack. Okay, yeah, all of this going pretty well. Trader Market. Summons Nombi at start of battle. Nombi has 80 speed by default. Launches a follow-up attack on a single target enemy inflicted with proof of death, dealing fire damage equal to 25% of Topaz attack. So yeah, we're gonna be dealing a lot of fire damage specifically, so also focus on that when picking your relics, artifacts, sorry. And Stunks Market. After Nombi uses an attack while in the Windfall Bonanza state, Topaz eventually regenerates 10 energy. So pretty much a self-contained battery, pretty good. But yeah, that will be the main focus on Topaz. You really need to have a huge gallery of units that have follow-up attacks on them, so you can better use her. I believe the most difficult characters that you're gonna be having a hard time getting are gonna be Robin and Aventurine, since they're pretty new. So a rerun is gonna be hard. It's gonna be not gonna be available for a very long time, so we'll see about that. But yeah, that will be all, guys. It's not gonna be showing right here, but I recommend as Relics the Ash Blazing Grand Duke, mostly because of its increase on follow-up attack damage. I believe, yeah, it's 20%. Also the Duran Dynasty for planetary sets. The wearer resists one attack of merit, stacking up to 5 times. Every stack of merit increases the damage dealt by 5%. It's the same planetary set that Jade uses or should use. And best stats, your body should be focusing on crit rate or crit damage, speed, feed, speed or attack. Your planner's fire damage and your link rope attack. You want to have as much attack as possible with Topaz, and her two best icons will be swordplay and only silence remain. If you have Worrisome Blissful, which is her insignia, much better. But yeah, that will be all, guys. Thank you so much for watching this video today. If you did enjoy this video, consider subscribing to the channel. It's free and you help me create more amazing content in this game, Honkai Star Rail, and many more that we cover here in the channel. I'm gonna leave you with two videos at the end of this one. I really hope you like them, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.